Good morning, folks. Georgia Adventure here. Cold day in Georgia. Well, we consider it cold since we're from the south. We consider 70 degrees cold. Not really, but cool day, 40 something degrees. Gonna be a beautiful day, beautiful sunny day. So, but anyway, this is my Monday morning inspirational talk. And if it's not inspirational to you, appreciate a comment telling me why, or maybe some suggestions. But so having my little breakfast here. I eat one of these every morning and a bag of peanuts. That's what I eat. Yeah, I gotta maintain my girlish figure. So today's topic, and I thought hard on it, and I thought all weekend, and so I decided yesterday, and then I just Googled it. So today's topic is fear, and I think it's a good topic for what's been going on in the past week. Really, what's been going on for several months. But so fear, and I'm gonna read you the definition of fear, just so we'll be on the same page. But anticipation or awareness of danger, anxious concern, reason for alarm. So fear, and the Bible talks about fear. God don't make us to be fearful people. We are to rely on Him. He doesn't make us to be that way. He doesn't give us fear. He doesn't give that to us. We do that up here. And I guess there's different fear, but there's a lot of fear that we put on ourselves that's unnecessary, and I'm guilty of it. We fear things that we kind of make up that might happen, but it never happens. And I'll give you an example. When I moved and we had our other house up for sale, I tell my wife, I don't think it's going to sell, because and reason I would tell her that, because the interest rate was high. The interest rate is high. I didn't know how the housing market was going to be, so I'd tell her I don't believe it's going to sell. Well, she didn't like me saying that. So she would get on to me and she would tell me, God's got this. And that's exactly what she'd tell me. She'd get me straight back on the road I needed to be on. She'd say, God's got this. And that's how my wife sometimes handles me. She said, God has this, it's going to sell. And sometimes she would get mad at me for saying that, because she felt like that I wasn't giving God any credit. Well, I'll give God credit, but I was looking at it through a worldly view of the way the economy is, how bad it is. So I was looking at that part of it. But the house sold and we made money on it. So boom, I had to ask for forgiveness for that. So that's one kind of fear. And then there's other fears from our experiences in life that, and I guess, I don't know if it's a healthy fear. I guess fear can be good sometimes. And I can tell you, in this industry I'm in, the power industry, we use fear to make people work safe. We don't make things up, but we use things that's happened, experiences that have happened, to put some fear in some people, because some people, that's all they understand is fear. And it's unfortunate that fear is used that way, but it's definitely used sometimes as a tool. I've done it, because some people, you can't really get through to them unless you put fear in them where they'll pay attention. Because this job here is it's in the top 5 most dangerous jobs in the world. So when you're in that job, if you got people that don't want to listen, you have to use fear. You have to use fear, and it's unfortunate, but that's real fear. That's real. But we shouldn't live in fear about things daily, because God didn't make us to be fearful. He didn't give us fear. He doesn't want us to fear. He wants us to rely on him. He wants us to rely on him to take care of things for us. He don't want us to fear. He wants us to go to him and take, if we have fear, take our fear to him and let him give us comfort and give us joy and all. I'm guilty of fear. Most of us are. There's things we fear in life. Some people, they get carried away. They fear, like we know a lady that she's got a fear of clowns. I don't know. We got people that fear snakes or fear getting bit by a bug or fear getting killed on the way to work. And there's a lot of dangerous things out here in life that some fear, I guess you could say, may be healthy if it makes you more safety conscious or more aware of your surroundings. And I'll give you an example of some fear is what happened in Israel last week. That horrible thing that happened in Israel. I'm not going to get off on it too much, but so when that happened in Israel, it was a horrible thing. So the media, our media, being who they are, they took that and they created more fear with the American people by saying Hamas called for a day of jihad in America. Well, I know people that were just like panicking about it. I could care less. I got up Friday morning and I did my thing. I did my thing. I did what I always do. Got up and had my coffee, relaxed. I had a new window put in. I messed around the house. I spent time with my grandkids, spent time with my wife. We went shopping. Now, with that, a little bit of fear, being cautious. And I carry a concealed, I'm a concealed carry person. And so I guess that would be cautious, being cautious, having cautious fear. I don't obsess over somebody robbing me, even though I was robbed here in Atlanta back in 2003. But I don't fear getting robbed again, but I'm a very cautious person. So when I go out, I do carry, and I've had training. I've had some advanced training, so I don't have this debilitating fear about somebody doing something, but I do carry to be cautious and to protect my loved ones. That's the main reason, to protect my wife, my grandchildren, or whatever. So the media, they love to feed off this stuff, so they had everybody in fear. But, hey, that's not healthy fear. I didn't think nothing about it Friday. I mentioned it to my wife, but I got up Friday and did my thing. We went and did some things, went out in public and did some things, and went out to eat. And so we have people in this country that push fear. We literally have people in this country. We have politicians that are constantly pushing fear on Americans. We're to fear everything, whether it's climate change or whatever the flavor of the year or the flavor of the month is, or the week or the day. The media likes to push fear on us. Climate change, jihad, blah, 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 Now, we do have some realities out there we have to pay attention to. We do have to pay attention. And my thing in life, and I tell everybody, and I'm telling everybody watching this video, get up in the morning, live your life. Because life is short enough. Just live your life, go about your business. You can do some things, to prepare for things like I do. I carry concealed. I prepared for that over the years. I've taken training. started off and then did advanced training all the way through, know how to handle a weapon. So you can do things to prepare, but live your life. Get up and live your life. Don't obsess over fear. You can prepare, if you're fearful of food shortages, or you're fear there ain't gonna be no water, will be no electricity, get you a generator, get you some water, store up some food, get you some freeze-dry food, store up canned goods. I do it. You should do that. I learned to do it because of hurricanes and tornadoes, and seeing people when that stuff went through and tore up everything. There wasn't a grocery store open because there wasn't any electricity, or the grocery stores were demolished. So that's a practical thing to do. But don't live in fear. Don't get up and just let fear paralyze you. Because I'm telling you, like I said, but this before, I may lose some subscribers, but God is in control. Nothing's going to happen that He ain't got His hands in. And I grew up with a guy and a close friend of mine, and he always talked about the end times, the end of the world. He always talked, the end of the world's going to be here in 1984, and reading the book and all this stuff, and he was so fearful of that, it kind of got him obsessed with it. And 1984 came and it went. Nobody knows when the end times. I believe in the end times. I believe what the Bible says, but nobody knows, because the Bible says only what Jesus said, only the Father knows. So there you go. So you get up and live your life, and live your life the best you can, and succeed, and enjoy your life, have fun, take care of your family. But there's nothing wrong with preparing for things. Have flashlights in the house, have a backup plan, have food, have water, have some extra batteries, have some extra toilet paper, some extra just necessities, that you need. And it doesn't matter where you live. Don't be caught off guard from a hurricane or a tornado or an ice storm, or keep your gas tank full. That's one of my things, because I watched people on Hurricane Katrina, when they had one gas station opened, and I watched people fight over gas, get out of their cars and hit each other, try to beat each other up over a tank of gas. So prepare yourself. That's all you got to do. And don't fear things that you make up here. And I'm guilty of that myself. Because you end up just like what I was telling you about my house not selling. Well, I ended up, looking silly because the house sold and we made money on it. So I ended up, my wife said, "I told you." And I said, "You did." But I let the fear of that and looking at the economy get the better of me. Where in the back of my mind, I knew, and in my heart, I knew God was going to take care of everything. And He did. So remember that. So fear. Main thing is, don't let it control you. Don't let it control you. You get up, you live your life, enjoy your life, because you only got one. And do that. And do that. So, that's my deal for the day. So I am carrying today, of course, I have my little notebook. It's always with me. Okay. I've got my Parker Jotter. There you go. Got it. Always got an ink pen. As far as knives go, and got to show a knife, man, or two. Got this bad boy, Micarta, Wharncliffe blade, and DLT has these in natural Micarta. I looked at them this morning. Pretty knife. Got them for $69. Exactly like these, but the Micarta's different. I've got my little handy pliers, and I've seen videos. People say, "Oh, what do you need the pliers all the time for?" Man, I use these a lot. I was surprised, and I was saying the other day that I use them in my leather shop, but I was surprised how much I use these. This is a handy little tool. Maybe not for everybody, and I don't carry them every day, but I carry them. Carrying this Walmart special, Ozark Trail, and I'm gonna do a follow-up video on this thing in probably next January. I have not carried my bug out. I've been carrying this, and I'll be honest with you, man, for a $7 knife, this thing's been good so far. It's sharp, sharpens easy, it holds pretty decent edge. It doesn't, I don't know what the steel is, but I know it's not Magna Cut or some of this exotic steel that people rant and rave about. I'm not a steel snob, or whatever junkie. I don't care if it's D2 or 440 stainless, because I'm on a sharpen the knife and use the knife. And honestly, when I buy a knife, I don't really worry that much about the steel. I like the carbon steel. I like the carbon steel that's on this knife. This Saudi Whiskey Bone. I've been carrying this one for a while. I like the steel on it. I'm a big 1095 person, so some people they really get just worked up over steel. As long as I can sharpen it and it cuts, I'm good with it. Got my little pocket organizer today. Got my Night Eyes flashlight. Got my Parker, not my Parker, but my poker pen, and I got my little Remington knife opener. I don't use that much, but it's just kind of a cool little thing to have. I've also got my Zippo. Got my Zippo here. Great item to have. I think I need some fluid in it. Yep. Great item to have. That's what I'm carrying today. I'm gonna do a video on some neck knives. I've been doing some research on neck knives, and there's not a lot of it out there, but I'm just doing a little bit. So I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do, because I like carrying a neck knife, but I'll get into more of that when I do the video. But anyway, so I'm up to 18 minutes, and I hope y'all have a great day. I hope you get a control. If you got fear of things, pray and do what you got to do. But anyways, God bless you. Appreciate the comments. Hope you like my channel. I'm getting on up. I'm almost at 1,600. Channel's growing quick, so I got to get on there and get paid. I hadn't started doing that yet. But anyway, hit the bell, hit the like, and follow my channel. I appreciate it. God bless you. Y'all have a great day, and remember, stay safe out there, be sharp, and pay attention.